Ladies, it's Erica Maria here, and this is Stay Wet. Guys, listen, I've been wet, and I'm always gonna be wet. You know how I do. What's up, guys? It's your girl, Erica Maria, and this is Still Wet. We're here. We're finally here. And you guys, I am geeked. Let me tell you, this has been a long time coming. I'm gonna put this down because I'm tired of it. This has been a long time coming, you guys. I am so excited about this new journey. I'm a new mom. I just had my baby and I am feeling great. The biggest thing I want you guys to take away from this new podcast is you need to feel like this is a rebirth. You need to feel like you're the baddest. When you get done with this, I want you to go call your mama, your best friend, go your man, whatever you want to do, okay? I want you to be able to get up, get dressed, go buy yourself a new $5,000 purse, $2,000 purse, some new perfume, whatever, okay? Go to Target with your boo. Go to Target with your kids, whatever. The point of this is to feel good because guess what, guys? You still got it. It is not over. We go through all these different life obstacles. We do all this stuff. Ladies, if you snap the fuck back like, yo, girl, then listen. There's no reason for us to just sit here and be upset that our life has changed now, okay? You can do it all, and that's what I'm here to do, is prove that to you guys. So I want you guys to enjoy this new season. I'm gonna have my girl Kiarra on here today. We're trying out some new things. Enjoy the show. There's gonna be plenty more where this comes from, and of course, you know how I do, boo.
The difference between eau de parfum, eau de toilette, and what's the other one? Eau de parfum, eau de toilette, and there's like a third one. I just learned the differences between those. And the intensity. I didn't know that there was like an intensity level, basically. And then the layering. The fragrance world is like, yes, I've been buying nice fragrances for a while now, but I didn't know that it was so deep. People are really out there layering different fragrances, like, oh, this pairs great with this, and this will create a whole new scent with this. I feel like my eyes have been opened.
It truly is that deep. It truly is that deep.
That deep.
And you don't realize that until when? Till you get older, till you realize, till you come up with that kind of stuff. But the thing is I think there comes a time when you start realizing that smelling good is just as important as looking good. And when you're growing up and you're young,
100%.
When growing up and you're young, you be on the look. But let's talk about it. Ask a lady nowadays what is one of the best compliments you can get. And top 3 is you smell good.
You smell good. Damn,
top
you smell good.
Who
is that smelling like that?
On my soul.
Me?
That's the top one. But what do you mean? What do you mean? That means they want to eat you up in bed. That means every time you walk by, who is that?
I get hot when she walk past me.
Because look at her perfume. It smells good. It smells good.
No, big
okay,
facts.
But listen, I'm about to blow your mind one time. Okay, hair perfume is a thing now. Ladies, I'm saying this for the. I'm not gonna say this for the natural girls because I feel like natural girls, you already know, you buy that expensive shampoo and conditioner, and your shit is lovely. Okay, you smell like a cloud, butter, and soap. Okay, the best.
Butter.
Now, it's a dream. You're a dream, honey. A dream. Now, for those that want to wear extensions, weave, wigs, whatever you want to call it, enhance that stuff. We need hair perfume, and it is a thing, you guys. It's a thing, and I promise to God,
I did not know about hair perfume being a thing until you were like, oh, hair perfume, and I was like, for what? See,
yes,
and I'm constantly worried about like, okay, but is it good for my hair? Like, is it drying? But at the same time, I spray perfume in my hair. I do. I spray perfume in my hair, so it makes 10 times more sense.
You want that everlasting.
Exactly. I want to be able to leave my scent on a pillow. Stop. Get out.
That's Apple. That's Apple.
The door.
That's Apple.
No, seriously. I'm with you. And I don't know the brands. I don't know You're the first person I've ever heard talk about it, so I'm gonna have to find me some hair perfume because
you know what? Insert link. Isn't that what they do on
insert
YouTube?
link
Over
right here.
Keep it in the description box. Find it in the
It's in the
description box.
description.
I got y'all. But so I only have 2 recommendations. I'm gonna keep it real and I'm gonna keep it light. I only have 2 recommendations, and that's because I actually think it may not be like a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
It may not be a big thing, but Homegirl came out with it, and it's great. And my favorite one is your hair is literally smelling like cotton candy. Woo!
I see. I don't like to smell sweet. When it comes to fragrance, I don't like to smell sweet at all. I like
another conversation, though, bro. That's another conversation.
Okay, you're right. But I do like to smell like that, and I know that is a lot of people's things. You know, like depending on some people like musk. Some people you know,
yes, that's a huge deal. That's a huge deal.
I am not. I am 1,000%.
That's what perfume is.
Flower.
That's what scents are. You're not you're wearing a certain scent. You're wearing the scent that you desire and that you love. Like that. That's point blank. Period. Because you're not buying something that doesn't smell good. But here's where you find the discrepancy. I feel like ladies need to take that on.
Let's dig a little deeper on that.
Not of course, but like I just feel like ladies need to kind of get schooled and educated on that. Kind of like when you get older and you start understanding what diamonds are, what they mean, the cut, the clarity, where they come from, that kind of ordeal. Because yes, we're all used to Victoria's Secret, Bath and Body Works, and y'all, Bath and Body Works, lotion and all of that. It sucks. And you know it. Victoria's Secrets is better. It's not good, but it is better.
It's because it's a body spray.
Get theirs. And they both are not, you need to level up. But Bath and Body Works is honestly bad. And y'all know it. It's bad. So while they talk about buy 3, get 3 free. So now
Bath and Body Works is trash.
So now they got we about to school them.
It's literally water, alcohol, and some no.
And look at
you know what? This is okay. This is even
right.
This is honestly a deeper conversation though, because I feel like this is where moms need to step in for their daughters and be like, okay, honey, you're at a certain age now. We're leaving the Bath and Body Works behind. We're leaving that behind. We're elevating to a certain. I feel like that's a mom conversation. That's a conversation you need to have with your daughter. There are things that you need to graduate your child from, upgrade your daughter from, you know?
Okay.
And I definitely think moms need to have that conversation. Bath and Body Works is something we need to leave in high school, sweetie. Victoria's Secret, that's something we need to leave in high school. We're going to have to elevate you in lots of other ways.
Okay. Now.
Agree or disagree? Those glasses are popping, by the way.
I get serious with you, babe. Thank you very much, my soul sister. So. Because there's that person that's like, but what about the people that can't afford it? But what about those of us that grew up in poverty? We cannot walk into a Macy's or a Nordstrom or a Bloomingdale's or anything like that and afford it. So you're trying to say that because we can't afford it and our parents didn't have the money to do that, we can't smell good?
Listen, I'm gonna be rude.
Do you think you're rude? Do you think you're
rude?
Do you think you're better?
I mean, no. Shut up.
Do you think you're better?
I'm going to listen. If you can't afford it, you can't afford it. And that's just that. There are perfumes out there. There's Target. Target has great, very amazing smelling perfumes that are not body sprays. Stay in your tax bracket. Stay in your, I'm not trying to be rude. It's just the truth. If I don't have the money to go to Nordstrom and get Delina, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go to Target and I'm going to get a Pacifica.
What's Delina?
That's just it. I'm going to go to TJ Maxx and I'm going to get a Viva La Juicy.
Because what? Because when y'all be, Bath and Body Works, that 3x3 get 3, the 3x3 get 3 free, whatever.
It's still adding up.
What is it, y'all? You're still spending, you're buying $20 each. That's just about $63, and you could have got a bottle of perfume for it. Quite frankly, you could have.
Viva La Juicy is at TJ Maxx for $20.
And that's one of my first
$19.99
perfumes I ever had was Viva La Juicy.
Legit. Back in high school, we used to spray that up and down before hopping out the car.
And that's not a cheap one. That wasn't a cheap one. Now, Britney Spears Candy was a cheap one.
Mm-hmm.
That was a cheap one.
Paris Hilton. What was that?
Oh,
what was the other? The Paris Hilton was my favorite.
Oh, because you know what though? You wrong, because that smelled like cotton candy. It was very sweet. Paris was very
when I was
sweet.
18, yeah, of course I wanted to smell like something where the boys wanted to eat me up. Of course, I want to smell like cotton candy.
Viva though was floral.
As an adult,
Viva gave me floral.
Viva gave floral.
Yeah, Viva gave me floral for sure. Most definitely. And then, you know, you guys, and not only that, but when you get older, there is, as Kiarra stated, there's Delina, and that is, you know, above a Dior, even above a Versace, above a Jimmy Choo, like tier. Above that.
Top tier.
That is a $300, close to $400 bottle of perfume. And by top tier, we mean very little bit will go a long way.
A very long way. 2 sprays will take you through the day.
Completely.
Will take you through the day.
You know, my mom has always said you pay for what you get for, and that's that on that. Truly.
And that's that on that.
You pay for what you get for, y'all.
You pay for what you get for. Also, let's not be wasteful here and learn where we need to spray. Because it took me a long time to see the points where you're supposed to be spraying. I hate I feel like in movies they used to have you spray like on your, they'll just like, nah, what are you spraying here for? That's not doing anything. Hi, that's not doing anything. Here, behind your ears. And for me, I like my décolleté because, hugs, whatever. Yeah. And if you, another place, I like to spray right in here.
If you're nasty.
Right in, nasty.
If you're nasty.
Keep it nasty.
Keep it nasty,
I spray
ladies.
right in here.
What is it?
And then, if it's a late night, I'm spraying right in between my thighs.
In between the thighs.
Right, yep.
Because why not? Because why not?
Because why not? You want it to last.
Where's the negative to spraying in between the cleavage and in between the nana? Where is the negative?
There isn't one.
So those are necessities, requirements, not we're not going to discuss those. Those has to happen. Now, what it's called is your post points. Okay. And your post points are, I hate to tell you, but they're the places that you perspire the most. They are the places where
I've heard that
is the most and perspire. Now, there are, generic post points, right? And those are some of the ones that you said. I'm going to add a couple more. Behind the ears is a definite.
I said that one. Yep.
Kind of like you said, the negligee. It's that same aura. To be honest, this is a post point. And
why though? I feel like that doesn't make sense to me.
You know what it is though? When you're moving all the time, right?
Yeah.
You may not perspire, but there are a lot of people that sweat in their hands, right?
And I talk with my hands. With my hands. I'm constantly like let me show you blah blah blah. So yeah.
You want to know where another one is? Behind the kneecaps. Huge one.
I've heard that and I do not understand it, but
that one, here's my
because
thing.
you're trying to put your legs behind somebody's. No? Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
See. But that's the thing. The sweat is supposed to basically push the aura out. Push it out and basically help it cycle. If you wish. But I do agree that one behind the knees is stupid to me because you spray it and then you sit down, it traps it.
Yeah.
And you done wasted your fucking perfume. Excuse me. Sorry, Mom. You done wasted your perfume. And you're sitting there itchy like, and now it's all juicy and wet.
Yeah, I don't really see the true benefit of that.
That was a no. But the ankles, you guys, the ankles.
Okay, Erica.
I have on, sorry.
The ankles.
Princess Leia, my Princess Leia bears. The ankles on the side.
You call yours Princess Leia, I call mine Kimchi. My bears.
They're best friends. You guys, my baby's favorite show is Care Bears, so I'm just kind of obsessed with Care Bears. So, no, but that's another place. It's the side of the ankles, and y'all know y'all got sweaty feet. I can't relate, but I know lots of bitches that do.
Not gonna lie, that's what I mean. That's me, for sure. But and no, in the summertime, I'm not gonna cap.
No, and I love you because, to be honest, I know a lot of people who have stinky feet. And it's very common.
Sweaty feet though in the summertime. Sorry. No, yeah, hold up. Don't be trying to add in words. Not stinky.
Sweaty.
Let's backtrack. Sweaty though. Sweaty.
Yeah, but I'm one of those people that not showering is not an option every day. Like, you bitch,
Okay.
no. You have to shower.
No.
You have to shower
No.
every day.
I feel that.
Since we're being real, let's just put it out there.
I feel like in the summertime, sandals, the sandals with the like, okay, Birkenstocks, you know, that's like kind of what the cork sandals or whatever.
Yeah.
Those, I love those. I love those. Love those. The sandals with the slip inside slide kind of.
Can I ask you what you love about Birks?
After it conformed to my feet, they were legit.
After, because them bitches hurt. Keyword
like
after.
I did not know that it was like they take a while to conform to your feet kind of thing. I took those on a cruise. We were walking around all day, and I was dying. I was dying. Thought my feet were bleeding. They were just sweaty, but I was dying. They actually hurt really badly in the beginning, but when they conformed to my feet, I really liked it because I'm actually flat-footed. Okay. So finding shoes that it can be very painful.
I have an abnormally high arch, and I do mean abnormal. I mean it is abnormally high. Yeah, I feel like I used to tell people I'm off balance because I used to have triple D's, and then my arch, I'm not kidding you guys, you can like damn near see under it, and I have really small feet. So
interesting.
It was whoa. But my husband also has flat feet, and it's painful for him. He, rolling out,
running.
He gets what is this called? You may have had this before. I gotta get this. Oh, what is it called?
Running is absolutely shitty if you don't have the right shoes. If your soles are not, or your insoles are not good. Oh my God.
You gotta wear 8.6. Oh
no, I just wear insoles, or I find some shoes that have
shoes, y'all. She gotta wear orthopedic
the door.
Oh my God.
We're not doing this. See, you try and open up to a person, and this is what they do.
Do you have
this
powder?
Is what they do.
Do you have powder on the side of your shoes by the door?
No, that's weird AF.
Oh.
I haven't never met a person in my life powder their shoes. And I'm
no, not you. No, right. I started to be like, bitch, that's present. No, I know somebody, and it was gross because she used to literally bring it to work. That's how you know it's bad.
She got that talcum powder on deck.
That's how you know it's bad. I mean, bad. I walk into the office and be like, oh my God, it smells like feet. Because feet it's like a distinct,
it's a distinct smell.
Very much so. It smells like sweat, like a damn near underarm sweat, but a little wetter. Like
a little bootier.
Yeah.
Kind of. Like fruit up. A little what is that?
Whose feet is that? And girl, sorry, it's mine.
Sorry.
Guys,
I get powder enough.
I literally need to I need to admit this. So I need to tell somebody. Yesterday.
Put it out. This is a safe space. It's not.
But is it though? It's not.
It's not. Because I'm internally. I will roast you.
Come for me. Look,
roast you.
Internally, we're just gonna let it out there, but we're gonna make fun of you. So
big facts.
Anyway,
that's okay. That's okay.
Because you know what? Then you make it a safe space. There you go.
Then you make it a safe space. You know what you're saying? Flat out, all roasting is welcome. All roasting is welcome. Come for me. I got a big forehead. I know this. I got skinny ankles. I know this. Come for me if you want to.
Also, we don't like crying. We'll have to talk about that later because I'm not gonna lie. I'm not too big on criers, but a lot of my friends and family are criers. And
let me exit stage left because I'm a Cancer.
Because the door.
I'm a Cancer, and you know this. You know the sensitivity is real.
Well, actually, there's no scientific facts horoscopes and personality traits. So whenever we get done talking about our personalities with the way the stars align,
here we go.
We all will be better off.
But you were like the epitome of a Virgo woman, though.
But I'm not. My name's Erica.
Okay, but your personality traits, characteristics.
My personality traits are formed by nurture. By nurture.
Nature. There's nature versus nurture. Yes. However, there are some things
by nurturing
there are some things that, you know, are kind of universal.
You see, but you know what, Kiarra, that's my problem. It's very cliche. And half the time, like these daily horoscopes, and you guys, I'm not just running my mouth. I had to do a senior closing thesis on this in particular, and I didn't even pick it out. I didn't pick this out. But what I'm saying is, there is no scientific background behind it. And the problem is, if you read it, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to relate to it. You're going to relate to it. You're going to relate to it. The damn cat's going to relate to it. And then what?
But not 9 times out of 10.
It's
because
cliche.
I don't at all relate to a Gemini woman or even a Virgo. Well, that I do kind of Virgo woman. So we'll scratch that. A Gemini woman or like
you kill me when you start talking about the doubles. Like, I'm a night Virgo and a morning Aries.
Oh, okay. So you're talking about like a sun, rising sun, and okay, yeah. Like
no.
That, you know, I just learned about all that stuff. I didn't know anything about what's your house this and rising this and
y'all get kidding.
I feel like that's kind of extra. I didn't really learn about all of that stuff. However, when I did read my chart, I felt like it was pretty accurate. But I feel like I need to read someone else's. I need to read someone else's and see if I relate to theirs or like, because nobody's really like, well, I guess people could be reading other people's. I don't know. I feel like I should read other people's and see if I relate to it. Because when I read mine, I was like kind of blown away actually at how accurate it is.
And who do you think came up with this stuff?
Astrology. Astrologers.
And who what does astrology mean to you? What is an astrologist?
A person who studies stars in astronomy.
So stars, the way the stars align, you believe signify and match up to when you were born?
Yeah.
The day, time, and month you were born.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and how do you think and why do you think it does that? Do you think there's a special power within stars? What is it? Get a little deeper for me with this.
I mean, I just think that, you know, like, yeah, at the time you were born, depending on where the stars were in the sky, I think that, yeah, that it definitely has something to relate to you as a person, your personality. Yeah.
And so do you believe that the stars have some kind of sense of power? Why would a star alter your characteristics, your personality characteristics? What is it?
When you say
star is
alter,
a little piece of gas.
Not necessarily little, but when you say alter, do you mean like change? Like when you're saying alter, that means you're born a certain way.
Completely defines it.
Okay, completely defines. I don't believe that it completely defines it either. I think that it has a hand in.
But how when it's gas?
But it's not, because it's not necessarily just a ball of gas. It's energy.
That's
energy
exactly what it is. A ball of gas.
I mean, yes.
Theoretically, particles. That's exactly it.
Yes, it is just a ball of gas in the sky.
It's factual.
But it's also a large ball of energy, and I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. You know what though? I love you because you're the only person who goes deeper into it and lets me ask these questions. Everybody else is like, just because, and it's like, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it doesn't make sense.
I understand that. Like, to some people, it doesn't make sense. I feel like I've kind of tried to dig a little deeper myself into it and figure out, because it is something that is interesting to me. And astrology I don't really know too much about it. But It is very interesting to me, and it's something that, you know, I would like to know more about. And, especially like being the fact that I am I want to say somewhat Buddhist, I feel like it has a lot to relate to, you know, astronomy, astrology, energy, the stars. I feel like it's kind of all very much
Buddhism, really. See, and I didn't know that. Because they're very much on man, you know, who man is.
What
not
do you mean?
so much on, because what's superior to them is a man, like a human being. No.
Mm-mm.
So who they pray to? Who's the higher power?
So there isn't really a higher power at all. It's just there was Buddha, and they so yes, he's a man, but it's more so he was just the person to kind of bring down all of this knowledge to like enlighten everyone of like themselves, you know. So it's inherently like you and your past lives connecting, and you know, kind of navigating through the world through each life and figuring out your purpose and kind of reaching enlightenment. I think that's more so
is Buddha more so a helping hand, or is he the one that will make or break your life, bring you lots of gifts?
No, a helping hand, so, like a guide.
Okay.
A guide. Because it's really like you are the one. You are responsible for your life. You are responsible for your future selves. You are responsible, you know. And it's like, and when you're like, for instance, like with Christianity, you pray, you know, you talk to Jesus and things like that. However, with Buddhism, you meditate.
But Jesus is not. Jesus is not. We actually pray to God. Jesus.
Well, yes, but some people say you pray to Jesus as well because you know the Holy Trinity, and you can't get to God unless you get through Jesus.
But that's Catholic, because they also pray to Mary.
No, that's Christianity. That's definitely Christianity. Praying.
But okay, there's wait. There's different denominations under Christianity. Lutheran,
yes, there
Baptist,
are different denominations.
But
yes.
Lutheran, but in general, Jesus is God's son. So when we sit down and we say the Lord's Prayer, we are praying to God, because one thing with Christianity though is, and here's the big mix up too. We don't pray to a flesh man, or what, like that's not what we believe. If there's a higher power, is a higher power, not a human being, not a being, like an actual being. Because how is someone that bleeds like you and I going to make my life better, superior, teach me? That's the thing. Now, but Catholic is that one that's a little outside the box a little bit, because they do pray to Jesus, Mary. I'm missing one. And then we also have the Holy Ghost, but we don't pray to the Holy Ghost. When you sit down, you say, "Dear God."
Right. And but Christianity is based on Christ, Jesus. That's why it's Christianity. So that is, and in Christian, they teach that you cannot get to God because you're not worthy. So you can't get to God unless you get to Jesus first. I know. So have I.
My first husband, my first boyfriend was the pastor's son. I gotta disagree. I'm talking about the Black church. Christ, yes, is Christian, but Christ, I mean, that's what God is.
Christ Jesus. Yes, he is.
People need to understand that they're two different people.
In the flesh. Well, that's why they call it the Holy Trinity: God, Son, Holy Spirit. So that's why they say.
I have never in Lutheran or Baptist ever heard them say the Holy Trinity.
I have definitely heard Trinity.
I've heard that
the Holy Ghost.
Yes, the Holy Ghost comes down and says, and then God, don't pray to the Holy Ghost. So.
And they haven't told you, like there's been analogies: egg, you know, the yolk, the shell, the egg whites, or the steam, water. It's like they'll you know, just analogies of like, oh,
well, for God's sake, we have the Lord's Prayer. I know that, but I'm talking about who you are praying for health, for better life, for to save you, if you believe in a second life.
Sweet baby Jesus.
And the big one,
9 pounds, 10 ounces.
That's Catholic. What you're saying is
Christianity.
That's totally it's a form of Christianity. Yeah, it is. It's a form of Christianity. Absolutely, it is.
I feel like Catholics pray to more like saints. They're like higher power are
They 100%
saints,
pray to Mary. It's not even a secret.
like Saint Peter and
No. Oh.
Saint Mary. No, honestly, I really do think that is like, they hold on.
Well, I Saint Mary, yeah, Mary, that's Jesus's mother. So yeah, they do pray to Mary. And I think the other name you said, that's Jesus's father.
Church of
So
Saint
yeah,
Peter.
absolutely.
Saint Peter.
No, not Peter. Peter's not Jesus's father.
No. Well, of course not.
I think
no.
No, not God. Where he was also given a flesh father, but Mary was a virgin. I think it's John.
I don't even like talking about religion.
John. But I will say it's very, very, very interesting that you are arguing Christianity, but you believe in Buddhism.
Yeah, because I grew up Christian. Yeah, I grew up Christian. You knew that. I used to go to church every day.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
What?
I believe it all the way. I didn't know. I swear to God, I didn't know that. I did not know that.
I was a hardcore Bible thumper. Seriously. From the time I was I don't even know how young.
I would never say that word ever. I also, yeah.
I think it's a funny word.
100% grew up in. Me too. You know what? I am still I still am religious in a way, but I have some issues with the church right now because there's a lot of contradiction for me, a lot. Mm-hmm. And I still believe you don't have to go to church to have a relationship with God. Yeah,
we've talked about this. We've definitely talked about this. Yeah.
But it is a sacred thing. And because I know we were talking about astrology, but even with that, I think in general, it is good for the human brain to have a belief and believe in something. It helps you sustain life, longevity. It helps you be positive and have something to fucking live for. So that's one thing I do value about astrology, because it's great for that. And
what's crazy though? It's blowing up. I feel like astrology wasn't as big when I was growing up. Like it wasn't as, it was kind of looked at as like witchcraft, and getting your palms read and the cards, psychic readings. All of that was
what
looked
I feel
at
like is blowing up.
But it's all the same. So it's like all under the same kind of umbrella. And like the cards and energies and like sacred this, and it's all under the same umbrella. And I feel like it's really blowing up. I'm at least seeing it a lot more.
Very much so against Christianity. Very much so.
It is very much so. But you know what? The other day I actually saw on Instagram this girl who does palm readings and like psychic readings and stuff, but also calls herself a devout Christian. Yeah. And I truly did not understand how those two could work. A devout reads the Bible, swears by the Bible, and then she said like there are things in the Bible that also back up what she does. Like there is palm reading in the Bible. There is psychic reading and divination and
that's a lie. That's a lie.
And I don't know. I legitimately don't know. I was just shocked.
And I'm actually not even gonna go there, because I feel like if you're gonna back it up, I need to know the scripture. But 100% that foreseeing the future like that is cursing Jesus Christ and God. It's a big
but then you have the book of Revelations, which is literally a prophecy of the end of times.
But
literally word for word prophecy of the end of times. Which is crazy, which is so crazy.
But there is no end of times.
I don't know. I can tell the future.
That's why.
Like I said, we're here for a good time, not a long time, baby girl. So throw it back, make that ass clap. I'm sorry. Delete that. No,
because they talk about twerk for Jesus. That's what they be talking about. No. Oh yeah. I heard that one. You ever see? Listen, don't even lie. We gonna say this and then we gonna sit down, because I already know my people that is gonna be mad at me. But
what is it called? Twerk for Jesus? I'm about to look it up right now.
People say that, but you ever seen somebody shouting in church on Sunday morning?
Yes. Oh my God, this is a real YouTube. Oh my God,
that's inappropriate. But you know what? It's not inappropriate. The person who made it inappropriate was mad. It's not inappropriate.
What, twerking?
Because shaking your butt is something that man decided to deem as sexualizing it. Because in other countries and in other cultures, it's not sexual. In Africa, hips is strong. You know, it's a strength. So
no, that's very true.
Man made it like that. And so God, you know, they want you to dance. However that is.
Shake that ass, girl. Shake that ass. For
now,
Jesus
see,
Christ.
you
Shake that ass. For Jesus Christ. Amen. For Jesus Christ.
See.
You're going to hell. Shake that ass.
Let me give you a 3. Look, y'all, and you know what's crazy? I started to put my cross on that has Jesus Christ literally on it. I started to, and the Lord told me, turn back.
He said, turn around. Tonight's not the night.
And then you know what? That's what he did.
Turn around, because you about to defame me. So go ahead and turn around. Put the necklace down.
Jesus got my back. He always
put
does.
the necklace down.
Let me tell you, I'm blessed and highly favored. Okay, amen.
Amen. Mm-hmm. Stop.
Go ahead.
Let's stop. Let's cut it right now.
Sorry. Okay. We just start.
No more. Stop.
Now look. Who can shout? Because I can shout now.
I speak in tongues? No.
Stop playing right now. Don't
I can't. No, ma'am.
Don't do that, because when
you don't even have to tell me, because I'm not. I can't. Let's not go there.
You know what? I just gotta say this. You know what I got a problem with? I got a problem with people speaking in tongues on prompt. I got a problem with that, because that's the Bible says that is supposed to overcome you. The Holy Ghost is just supposed to come. You're not supposed to know that.
Right.
You're supposed to know that. Thank you, Apple, for zooming in. You're not supposed to know that.
You know, in church as a kid, when they would tell you, they would be like, just let it come to you. Speak in tongues. I would pretend like I would never know what to say. So I would just
I think it genuinely happened to me before. And I felt like my tongue was rolling. I thought my tongue was rolling, and I felt like I was saying it. But I think too, I was a little like
I was scared, and I was and I was a child. It's like, why are you doing this to me? I am 6 years old. What is this even about? Why are you throwing the Holy Ghost into my body?
You're crying because you're emotional. You don't know what. You don't know if you're like
just
sad,
immediately crying.
Or...
Man, I remember when they used to come at you and just like hit your forehead. They supposed to fall out.
Fall out, and you put the white blanket over because your skirt was too short.
Listen, I was on the floor. I woke up on the floor. Everybody done got up and went back to their seat already. I was still on the floor laying down. Somebody had covered me with a blanket.
You went to sleep
in church. I went to sleep. Wholeheartedly. And I woke up embarrassed because the pastor was in the middle of his sermon. But you know what? It was time. I needed a nap. And I wasn't about to let anybody stop me. So that's what happens. Stop putting children in situations like that. Send them to Sunday school, okay? Send them to Sunday school. We don't need to be around all that at that age. No, it's too early. No, I want to go color and play outside with the other kids. No. That makes no sense. You feel me? But you know what? We passed over a very good topic, and I really want to reach back around to that. Mom,
stay away, ladies. Hide your daughters from the pastor's son. The pastor's children.
Period.
Because them is the ones, and that's all I'm gonna say. They the ones. They are the ones.
They're the ones. And then we'll have your child looking like the problem. We'll have your child looking like the problem.
They're the whole initiators.
Whole time.
Talk about sin. Listen, y'all.
Pastor's daughter been giving BJ's behind the damn
baby look. My heart. The pastor's son broke my heart. Okay. He it was dark chocolate, hot chocolate, and you know one thing is the problem is too. I know I'm not going to see this man, but he still looks at my Instagram and stuff.
That's awkward.
Before I got married, he wrote me like a 5 or 4 page like note. Crazy. And it was like, bro, there's been multiples since then. I know you don't really think that you're on anybody's mind.
They do though. Look, they do be thinking they're on people's mind.
That right there is some sick ass like that's
it's that you're on their mind, so they automatically expect you to be or them to be on your mind as well.
Like, did you need closure? Because are you done? The church was wrong, y'all, because he was like 3 years older than me, and I was prime, like in that prime, those prime time ages. He was like 17, and I was like 14. You know. 13, 14, you know, coming 14, coming
yeah.
up.
Still young. Church, I mean, both of y'all were young, but that's still very young.
Too young. Because we were in the church, it was like deemed as okay.
Yeah.
It was the pastor's son.
I've seen that.
He was one that it could be handed to. We had church prom. You know, I was runner up for to be the prom queen. And it was always, he would always tell me, I'm a teacher, you know, you're just so young right now. Because I feel like he would cheat on me, but just know that, like, because he was older, right? Older and people were more experienced, and I was like his like prized possession toy, like
grooming. He was grooming you. Grooming in the church is a real thing. That's like a real, and it's not just with, you know, priests and little boys. That shit is like arranged marriage. There are definitely arranged marriages and
he would say it. He would say
Black
it.
Baptist churches and Black churches. That stuff still goes on. Little girls are still being preyed on in churches. I think that is like a thing that needs to be talked about more.
Yes, he would talk to me about my characteristics. Like, I had I still do have long hair, but I had really, really long hair naturally. Y'all know how that goes for Black girls. Y'all know they make it a big ass deal. Like long hair, not drapers. And I would always get it flipped out, like out like this, because I thought that was cute, like Ashanti. And it was like they were picking out little stuff for kids, you guys, to make children. And they were okay with it. I can't even sit her in front. My mom and them did not stop it. They were okay with the relationship. Okay, let's move on.
Wild.
That'll be another conversation.
Wild. That's we'll dig deeper into that on another episode.
Yeah, because that's a problem. That's a problem.
A problem that I think still is prevalent today.
And then you want to beat on little girls. You want to beat on teenage girls for wearing Daisy Dukes. For putting on lipstick and lip gloss at 16. My grandma told me I couldn't wear red nails.
Girl, I still get told that. My mom goes to the nail salon with me and is like, red? I mean, but I'm not even gonna lie. I do not like getting red nails personally. But
you know what?
But I can't tell.
Slay some red fucking.
But I can't tell if it's because I can't tell if it's because I don't like getting red nails or because since I was a kid, my mom's like, ew, red nails, ew, ew, ew. It's like I can't tell if I genuinely don't like it or if it's because I've been conditioned to not like it. You know what I mean?
Conditioned. You never looked into it.
Right. So now when I see it, I'm automatically just like, blinders. I automatically just go, And I think I tried it one time and it didn't sit right with me and I never got red nails again. And I was just like, okay, I don't know.
And that's what the white household does to, back in the day, obviously. Well, I shouldn't say obviously because it's racism is alive and well, but that's what they do to their children. So it's all, Black people are automatically a nose on. Black girls automatically.
That's why now they're saying you have to do the work to be anti-racist. It's not just about being, it's not just about being like, oh, I'm not racist because I don't say the N-word. Like, no, you actually have to teach your children to be anti-racist. You have to actually do the work to be anti-racist and actually say things like, we don't do this because of this. We don't say this because of this.
Right.
You know?
Or I grew up like this, so you don't get a pass anymore. You don't get a pass anymore. That's what we need.
There's too much knowledge out here for people to still be.
Yeah.
I didn't know that because so and so prime example, corporate world has been my thing for years. I've been in the corporate world, a lot of the time being the only Black person in entire companies with 100+ employees, me being the only Black person in the company. It has never once been okay for a white person to tell me, you should come to my house and clean. Has it happened? Yes. Clean? Many times. That is a microaggression. Telling me that I should come to your house and cook for you is also a microaggression. Why do you feel comfortable coming up to me and asking me these certain things? And it'll just be out, and it's not like warranted or anything. I'm not offering up like, I'm a really good cleaner and I like to help. No, it's the type of—
Say that word again, Kiarra, so they know what that means.
A microaggression.
There you go.
Microaggressions, yes. And that's just like the little like underhanded racist things. That's what a microaggression is. You know, like the prime example. Your hair is so long for a Black woman. I didn't even know Black women could grow their hair that long.
That's a
microaggression. Can I touch it? Yeah. No, you cannot. But yeah, that's a microaggression.
What about the number one? You talk like a white girl. You talk so proper. That's the number.
That is the most. What makes me the most angry is the fact of how many Black people will say that too. It's angering. It's actually angering. Don't tell me you talk proper. Why do you sound white? Why do you talk white?
See, but that's what it is. It's you talk white. You talk white. You talk white. What is that? What does that mean?
What does that mean? What does that even mean?
I was bullied up and down the block. Man, I didn't even know why my voice was like that. Like this.
And then the thing is, you don't know any different. You don't know any different. And then now you have to assimilate. Now when you're around your Black friends and your Black family, you got to switch it up. So now we have to code switch just so we can hang with certain groups in order to be comfortable around my family.
Black people, they look at it as you're disloyal, or you think you're better. Or
you think you're better. You think you want to be white.
You want to be white. Yeah, very much.
No,
so.
I'm very pro-Black. I just sound like this. I'm sorry. What do you want me to do about it?
And half the time, it's nature versus nurture. Half the time, that is what it is. Yeah. Because you are who you hang around. Period. Yeah. How you grew up, your environment. That's
grew up in Anoka, Isanti. You think I'm gonna? What do you think I'm gonna sound like?
That's what it is. There's no other actual explanation, and it's not parents didn't grow up saying Black people. No, because the people that talk proper, they are pro-Black. They do love their Blackness. They look in the mirror every goddamn day.
Right? Like, you think I don't know I'm Black? You think I don't know?
But since we're on the topic, how many of y'all would still, if you had the choice, how many of y'all would still pick to be Black? Because the thing that I love saying and asking white people is, why the hell would we pick to go through this bullshit? We are literally being hampered, manipulated, tossed around, gaining consequences for something that is 100% out of our control.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that a bitch?
It is. But however, I would still choose to be Black any day, all day, every day.
I would not.
I would because, to be honest, Black people are the blueprint, and that's just the way it is. We are the culture. Ain't no for the culture. We are the culture. We're the blueprint. And
the culture.
Yeah.
The culture.
So I would still I do love being a Black woman. You feel me?
Everything is the culture. I'm wrong.
What do you mean?
What do you mean we are the culture?
We are the culture. We are
the trendsetters.
Everything other people try to emulate or copy or we are the culture. Yeah. And that makes me extremely proud that other people can look at us and like want to be us, like I don't know. That makes me really proud.
Artistically, but I think we need to jump more into that blue collar, jump more into that executive professional leadership lane. Because we are not the blueprint for that. but we have the characteristics. We have the characteristics to do it easily. Mm-hmm. Because we are leaders. Why? Because we're very confrontational, very sure of ourselves, very confident. right? Trendsetters, but we don't do it. We don't put ourselves in those roles at all. And
I think it's also the fact that a lot of people who have been in power have not given Black people the chance to be in those roles as well. I think when you don't hold the majority of the power, it's hard to just put yourself in certain roles. You know what I mean? Like CEOs of companies, like they can very well, like the CEO of Target could very well be like, I'm all of the people on the executive team, they have to be Black. We're making a change, all of them. Do they do it? No. And you can't necessarily be like, I'm great for this role. I would be perfect for this role. I am qualified for this role. Hire me for this role. But they don't necessarily do that. You know what I mean? So you can't just be like, I'm just gonna bulldoze my way. It doesn't work that way. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way.
See, listen. That to me is excuses, which is what everybody thinks we always do. Go study to be that person. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, but we can study all we want sometimes.
I understand that 50%, maybe more, we don't have those I don't want to say opportunities, but we're not put in those lanes to be able to be that successful. As far as schooling goes, things like that. Totally, I do agree that we need to do better with that in the Black community. But that's not everybody. And we do need to want more, because the thing is to be an attorney, a white person doesn't tell you if you can do that or not. To be a doctor, a white person isn't going to tell you. You go get that shit. Mm-hmm. It's you. And we need to be in more of
those are also
titles
civil
to make a change.
Positions, though.
They're what?
Yes. Those are more like civil positions, though. Like you, of course, yes. I was thinking more of like.
But you're not voted in for
executive. But I was thinking of more so like executive positions, like yes, you can start your own company and be a CEO.
That's the thing. Those people built their own business.
Right, but you were saying like put yourself in the position, like study more, and
consumer. You're thinking consumer basis. I'm talking about titles that are going to make a change. Not the CEOs aren't, but that's goods and services. Right, because you're talking about businesses.
Yeah, I was talking more so businesses.
Okay, that's goods and services, in which we need to do that too. But I think we do have the abilities for that, because again, artistically, creativity, we're there. Mm-hmm. To be able to come up with things like that. Mm-hmm. But I think we need to make a change more, and the way literally, because everyone's like, we're still not there. We're still getting killed. It sucks, because yes, we've had a Black president already, right? And look at this shit still going on. But it's because we need to be in these roles where they have power.
Mm-hmm. Positions of power. I think that is extremely important.
And yes, a lot of them are ran by the white man. But I think if anything right now, you most definitely can bulldoze your ass in there. If you have the qualifications and the proof and the documentation, because that's what white people want to see. That's what they want. That's what they love.
But it's all, yes, of course, qualifications, yes, can at least get you in the door. But sometimes your skin color is what stops you from getting to that position. Sometimes, and that's just a fact. Your qualifications can get you all the way to the door. Can get you through 3-4 different interviews. But at the end of the day, sometimes someone
is what you gain after getting in the door.
No, because people are that's why there's resumes, because they want to see your qualifications. They want to see what you can bring to the table. I'm talking about like qualifications can get you in the door. It can get you 3, 4, 5 interviews. However, sometimes your skin color is what doesn't get you the job.
Okay. And so you really think right now in this day and age that if someone that comes in there and is completely qualified, they can be discriminated against?
Hell yes.
Strictly
absolutely.
Just because that?
Absolutely. Yes, I think there are candidates that are 100% qualified, overqualified. Go in and apply for the job, and based on their qualifications, will get the initial interview. Get to the second interview.
They don't want overqualified people. I have a problem with that.
That doesn't really matter. I'm just qualified. Okay, they're on the basis they're qualified. They match up with the other candidates. They're a great candidate off bat. When they get to the interview, though, that skin color sometimes does come into play. Discrimination does sometimes come into play. Where you live, where you went to school, that sometimes does come into play. Who you don't know does come into play. And sometimes it is oh, you're just not right for the job.
Where you live and all that stuff, but
because
that's not skin color. That's not skin color. I thought if I'm talking about like, okay, they're discriminated against because of the color of their skin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that definitely is still happening in this day and age.
Yeah, I think it's happening, but I think that there's a lot of risk in the workforce with doing that right now because people don't want the blowback.
But how do you know? How can you even tell? There's no way to track that.
Just like you don't know if you're not getting it, if you're not
right.
getting it.
There's no way to know exactly, but you know you're qualified, right? You know you're a great candidate. You blew the interview out of the park, right? But you didn't get the job.
But did you?
And then yes, I'm just saying hypothetically, right?
But you're great. It is hypothetical, but you don't know that. That is
exactly. I'm saying there is really no way to track it unless someone blatantly is like, I'm not hiring them because they're Black, and it gets recorded. That's the only way we'll know. Of course, we don't know. We don't always know when people are racist or discriminatory. We don't. But we know sometimes that people in their mind, that's exactly why they're not hiring that person, and has nothing to do with their qualifications or anything. It's just the fact that they're Black. We know that this happens. And we know, and not only do we know,
we know that this happens, but nowadays
it's been proven, and that's why affirmative action is even a thing.
But guess what? Now things are on camera, and quite frankly, it's not happening that much anymore because people are gaining balls. People are getting called the fuck out, like literally.
I think it's happening. I don't think racism has died down.
I'm talking about a discrimination, blankly, like you're saying, because the thing is too is like. There could be other people. For example, one big thing with the HBCUs, okay? You got to think about this. You are a qualified Black man. You got it going on. You got everything there. You grew up in a great home. You got the GPA, everything, right? Mm-hmm. So does this person though. Right. So what is it? It may literally just not be you.
That's very true. But sometimes it might just be because they're Black.
Okay.
It might just be that. I don't want
everybody just jumping to that because I think in this day and age, if anything, I am proud that we are starting to hold people accountable because that's one thing that we were not doing. We were not. I agree with you. We're getting a slide.
Accountability is important. I do, but I just want to make it
known whether they take accountability or not, we're calling them out on it. And nowadays that blowback is real. People are getting canceled. Big canceled. And look, we've been going hard as hell for what? For the LGBTQ community. I mean, hard. Mm-hmm. Hard. No, I was about to mess up. Never mind. I was going to say for something that is a choice. I shouldn't say that. Mm-hmm. I take that back. Right. But, and I don't want to compare livelihood. I don't. But history says, and I guess there is history within the LGBTQ community, obviously, and they're trying to put that into history books. We can talk about that later. I still have a hard time comparing a Hard Knock Life like that to race. I do. And I mean, we go hard for it. Mm-hmm.
You have a hard time comparing, right. So you have a hard time comparing the atrocities or the day and night, the day-to-day life being gay versus being Black.
Literally the hard life of being gay, or I'm not even gonna say just being gay, whatever you are, if you're trans, and being a person of color, specifically African American. Yeah. Because the problem is they're different, right? So everyone's getting discriminated against. Discrimination is just what's happening because you're simply different.
Yeah. One thing that I do like to say though, when it comes to, because I've had this conversation before with someone in the LGBTQ community, and my main point was that a gay white man can hide his sexuality. A Black woman cannot hide their race. if it came down to discrimination and you're up against, someone who's just extremely racist, extremely homophobic, you could hide the fact that you're gay. I can't hide the fact that I'm a Black woman. You know what I mean? And I mean, this was a totally private conversation. And of course, I shouldn't even be talking about this, but it still came down to that. And I think that's kind of where he got stumped in that conversation, is the fact that, yeah, if you really wanted to, there are people who are still closeted, who fear being discriminated against, who fear backlash in the corporate world or from their family and things like that. But
by the way, y'all, watch the movie Passing on Netflix. It's exactly what you're talking about. Okay, go ahead.
Passing?
Yep.
I'm gonna have to watch it now. But yeah, that was the gist of it. And we still kind of have this little banter going back and forth about, the fact that sometimes it is what it is. Face value. I walk into a door, I'm Black.
Yep, I like that. You can't hide it. And why is that? Because it's color. Why is that? Because it's something that's completely out of your control that cannot be changed. That we are completely, again, hassled, discriminated, dogged, less than for every day.
Big facts.
However,
big facts.
The Black woman does not nearly have it as hard as the Black man. And I'm gonna be honest, because I can count on one hand how many times I've directly been called in my face. And I live in a Republican for the last 50 plus years, always gonna be that. State.
So you say,
let alone
okay,
community.
Okay.
I have been the one of 10 of color almost my entire life, throughout the school board, even college. I was one of 3 in the entire science department, let alone pre-med major. Only one. And it's never, I think I've always been able to deal with it because my life, it's never been that hard. Like, I've directly, usually not. And, someone tried to express to me that it was because I'm a woman. Mm-hmm. Some want to bring attraction into it, but you're a woman. And that came from a half Black, half white male, not even a full, African-American individual. And they said that, which I always think that's interesting because it's true. It is true. I don't know why, but I think, there's a big stigma and just kind of a natural scarcity almost, with that. And it pisses me off because you guys, I'm sure have heard of the Samoan race, beautiful people.
Yeah.
But they're called beautiful. Do you know how big their men are? They're long, deep, loud, vocally, behemoth, literally mammoth-like physical attributes. And it's called beautiful because it is. But they are scared to death of the Black man. I mean, scared to death. And I think that's what happened with George Floyd. We don't have to go there, but that's why all 4 of them were on his ass. Because they were trying to refrain him from that switch. Because they weren't going to be able to handle it. Physically. Because talking wise, he barely said 2 fucking words. So, and we know that. We know they're scared of the Black man. We know that. Philando Castile. Huh? For what? Like, they're scared. And I don't know if they think that we're loose cannons or whatever, but the Black woman has it a lot more. And even right now, you guys, the Black woman is actually blazing. We make the most fucking money right now. We've always been the smartest. Don't get it twisted. I mean, always. But we're also the least, men don't love us either,
Definitely bottom of the totem pole as far as desirability, beauty.
It's disgusting. How is that?
Statistic-wise.
How is that? But big money, big bank breadwinner. Why? Because we work our fucking ass off. Why though? Because we fucking want to. Funny. Literally. Because we want to. It's not even a have to. It's a want to. because we look in the mirror and we always think we got to be better. Let's not do this because we can go, oh, that's another conversation.
Go on. We can go on and on about that.
Because that is a problem. Oh, you're pretty.
I definitely know that as far as education, Black women are like the top ranked as far as education goes. However, I did think that Black women were at the bottom when it comes to pay. I thought we were like the lowest. It was like Asian men, white men, Black men, white women, Black men, Asian women, Black women, Hispanic women. I would have to look that up. But
Black
I definitely
women
thought
are the most qualified right now on paper.
But I was talking about like strictly pay wise, like strictly.
Yeah, I know they get right, but that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. They have high titles right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting paid. What a beautiful day. But we know they're smart.
It's a beautiful day to be a Black woman.
They've been a threat. I just wish Black people in general would stop being looked at for so much physical, you know?
You said Black women?
Black people.
Oh, okay.
Because our men, what? You type of who runs the goddamn, who runs America. I'm tired of my Black men being y'all's motherfucking entertainment and income, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of it. They can be more than a goddamn athlete. I'm so tired of it.
Rapper, athlete, that's like, entertainer.
And the music stuff, I'm not even talking about that because white people don't even really respect all that. But I'm talking about athletics, which is America's big boy. It truly is the slave trade, and I'm over it.
I don't know enough about sports to even touch on that.
It's a billionaire business. And it's owned.
The only thing that kind of was disturbing to me regarding sports and Black men was that picture, the juxtaposition between like the slave auction, and then at the top it was Black men, almost exactly the same, but it was like the weigh-in for trade, or the combine. Yeah. Is that what it's called? I was kind of like, damn,
it's true.
That's wild.
It's true. And
it was kind of wild to me to see that.
There's owners, and what do? Trade you.
Trade, and that
trade.
That was kind of insane to see that, and I was like, that's. And then there were people in the comments who were like, there were people in the comments who were like, it's not really like that. It's not really like that. And I'm like, it looks like it to me, like that very much looks like it. It looks exactly like what.
Bro, who built that cycle and that template? Where'd it come from?
And then the whole owners thing just kind of like rubbed me the wrong way. And this is just that one picture or the one post, and it just kind of was like,
why do y'all own people? Own
players, like, these are my
owners,
my team, my players.
They'll wake up and be like, oh, they got traded to the Red Sox. Oh, they got traded here. They won't even see it coming. It's not a sit down educational, let's talk about it. No. Why? Because you're owned.
That's how do you even get away with things like that, and then how as a society do we get away from that? Like, how do we even back off of that? Because it is, sports it's huge. It is. It's like a huge part of America. So like, how do we even pull away from that? It's so deeply ingrained in our fibers as a country.
We won't. It's an American virtue. It's America's sport, America's team, America's thing. That's it.
Definitely weird. I don't know. And
just like Christianity. We got invalid trust on our U.S. currency. Like, why is that even okay? And I'm a Christian.
I thought it. I thought there was supposed to be like a separation between religion and state. You know, like I thought that, like, isn't that an amendment?
Never. And then the military.
Separate.
We got that.
The two. It's very strange.
That's it.
It's very, very
you
strange.
Get more respect in the goddamn military than you do. I mean, you guys, this sports thing is a problem. It's a problem. And especially for the poor man, the poor Black kids, that's their way out. That's their way out.
Yeah. But I feel like as parents, we have to do better at showing our children that there are better options. There are more options than being, you know, a football player, a basketball player, a rapper. We have to do better at showing them that there are better options for them. Like, maybe we might not be able to afford it. And you can do it. You can do it. Just because you grow up in a certain area doesn't mean that these are the only things that are that are tangible like for you. You know,
there's not people that look like that. That's why they don't believe it.
There's not enough people, you're saying, and that's what comes with exposing your children to people who look like them in certain positions. Like Kylie's first doctor was a Black woman.
Very important.
I feel like that is detrimental to a child's upbringing. God. You know, seeing other, you know, even on TV, you know, representation on TV is important. Seeing a Black woman as a doctor on the television is important for young Black girls. You know, seeing like fathers in the commercials with their children, Black fathers in the commercials with their children. Even that is important. Even that to me, that's huge. And not always making it the mom in the commercial by herself. You know, like, yes, we know that there are single moms out there, but sometimes it's good to show a Black mom with her Black husband in a commercial with their children.
We need to show they need to start showing Black people as a two-parent household.
As a two-parent household.
Oh my God.
There aren't enough commercials and TV shows where there are a healthy Black relationship. There's
not enough ads. You guys, I love you for saying that, because I recently saw this year when purchasing Christmas pajamas for my family. Okay. Why is it that the Black people is just the mom and the kid and the dog? That's it. Yeah. That's it.
That's
everybody
true.
else
I didn't realize that.
Family. It was all over the website in different outfits. The Black people, it was one parent. It was sick. And you know what makes
representation?
And I got to get up a second and breathe. Is how dare you, America, have the audacity to make it illegal to use racial slurs to aid the Asian culture when you have been dogging still and killing the African American culture to this very day. Y'all already gave the Indians the reparations, so I don't want to hear shit else, because they're taking advantage of it. Period. Y'all, but you know what? There was no question. Y'all walked up on their shit. Period. It was not yours. It was not yours. Mm-hmm. So y'all.
Right. I mean, I think we all deserve something. I don't even think it's a fight against, like, why do they get theirs first? It's more so just like, why isn't this happening for our community? Why isn't it? Like, we're asking, or we need to be asking these officials, the same people who have given, you know, reparations or certain laws.
It was a slap in the face. It was a slap in the face.
Well, yeah, no, I agree with you. I completely agree with you. And it needs to be more push. Like, why aren't these things happening for the Black community? You know? Sure.
Absolutely.
I definitely agree with. I think it needs to be more push, and I'm sure there are people actually pushing the issue. Not that I have seen very much of, but I would definitely agree that it does need to be more talked about, more prevalent. But yeah, closing arguments.
Here, I got one for y'all. Papa was a rolling stone. Wherever he laid his head was his home.
But when he died, Lord have mercy.
I didn't get that one to y'all. Because y'all know now black people, we got to dance. Okay, let me stop now. Let me get real. But yes, y'all, thank you for coming to our TED Talk. No, we need to be a little more as y'all know, we get carried away. So basically what's going to happen is, moving forward, there's going to be a lot more specializing in our topics.
We're gonna keep it together, basically.
Now y'all see what we just did.
We're gonna keep it together. We be going off on tangents. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to say. So with that being said, next time it'll be a little more cohesive. This time we just, was shooting the shit, and it is what it is.
I promise.
It is what it is.
Our homework. We got notes. We do be going over it. We
got notes. We got topics and questions.
Yeah.
We got all types of stuff.
Y'all
but,
know.
But it's late and shit happens. Tangents, questions. This leads to that leads to this, rabbit holes and whatnot. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But either way, thank you for joining us. We are very happy you're here. Very happy you tuned in. And
you know what, guys? Y'all get a little taste of it, because the reality is you I'm sure can go on and on and on with some of those topics. Maybe not, maybe you don't agree, whatever. There's gonna be lots of times though where you guys are gonna be able to comment, shoot the shit with us. We're gonna do, hey, comment. We're gonna talk about a subject. Hey, the first 5 people comment, we'll send you guys Starbucks gift cards if you like what you have to say. All that, because ultimately, you guys, what we're here for is to make you feel good, make sure you feel heard, most importantly, and make sure that you feel and look good as a woman, okay? Because we give a damn about the outside just as much as the inside. Call it what you want. We do, because there's levels to this shit, and beauty is beauty, and we take pride in that. So, with that being said, you know how we do, and we'll see you guys. Take. I kind of want to come out like. Because here's the thing. Bitches love to dance.